start this off. My name is DJ Sean Doe, and I am here interviewing the Purple Hotel, and this is the Purple Convo. And I am here with
Piz One
and
Captain Tave, man.
Captain Tave, Piz One. What up?
Brother.
So we have an album out, but I don't want to get to the album just yet. What I want to do is talk about the beginnings of your history here, and then maybe how this came about. So I'll start with Captain Tave. How long have you been in the culture? What do you do in the culture? And just kind of explain your history.
Okay. Well, I'm an MC, Chicago MC. Hold that proudly. I've been in the culture of hip hop since I was born, damn near. But I say since I left high school, since 18 years old, I kind of was like, all right, let me do this, because I felt like this is what I was, put here to do. Some people don't, figure it out, but I was like, I kind of thought about it. And I was like, this is it. This is kind of what I want to do, and it's kind of ever since then been on that path.
What made you what was the first thing you heard that made you want to be MC?
The first thing I ever heard, Chubb Rock's Just the Two of Us, to be completely honest with you. I can remember my pops playing that in we had an old gray, Ford Taurus back in the day. And it only had the cassette tapes. And that and Return of the Mac was all he used to play. But I remember front to back every word that man Chubb Rock was saying on that record. And I think that was the first imprint of really having any type of hip hop in my mind. But I say the real thing, the thing that made me realize this MCing shit was next level, and something that I really wanted to try to achieve was Nas Illmatic. And I heard that on a road trip with my parents going to Houston. So driving around with them, and the first time hearing that, just the visuals of seeing New York State of Mind, seeing it. I'm listening to it, but I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? That was the big difference for me of really understanding what hip hop, what the culture really meant, and what it could be.
Nice.
For real.
What about you, Piz?
Well, I started making hip hop, I guess, in early 2000s, somewhere around, I guess maybe middle, 2005-ish. One of my homies back up in Racine, Wisconsin, was doing it himself, and he showed me kind of what he was doing, and I was like, that shit looks awesome, and I fucking really wanted to be part of it, you know what I mean? So I just got a program from him and started from there.
Sweet. So what do you use to make beats?
Right now I'm using GarageBand. I started off using Sony Acid 5.0 back in the day though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any influences as far as production, or
I mean, obviously the stereotypical, Dilla, Pete Rock, I mean, those are the cream of the crop, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's the best.
So you're from Chicago, right?
Not originally.
Okay.
I'm from Wisconsin, Racine, Wisconsin originally.
Yes.
I moved here about 11 years ago.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
It's not where you're from. It's where you're at.
It shouldn't have to be like that. I guess it ain't where you're from. It's where you're at.
No, you're right. 100%. Yes,
yeah,
I live here. Yes, I do. I do. I live here. Yes, I do.
Do you have any Chicago influences?
Yes, I do. All natural, all day. Pretty much anybody in the Moleman family, Vak Hill, Prime, Juice. I mean, Sean Doe over here, all natural family.
Legend.
Yep.
So how did you guys get together to form what we have now, the Purple Hotel?
You want me to go? This shirt right here, to be honest with you,
Nice.
This place right here, Uprise. I'm a skateboarder. I grew up with a skateboard in my hand. Everybody in my neighborhood skateboarded. It was what we did. It was skateboarding and hip hop. We would go skate for 4 or 5 hours, go get a freaking McDonald's double cheeseburger with a couple bucks, and then go freestyle at my homie's house for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? So that was just what we was our religion based on. and I don't think there's like a tent, like it's like a temple, a shrine for some people, like in my culture and in skateboarding, when you talk about Uprise. So I was there since I was 6th, 7th grade, in and out, going to there. The first person to ever, I think my first board I got for a graduation present was actually built by this man's brother, which is crazy. My 8th grade graduation, my parents went in there, didn't know anything about it, but they set up literally one of the craziest and my favorite board that's still in my room to this day. So like, it's just a weird, like, you know, Inception type, you know what I'm saying? The strings just kind of came together. And one day I think I was in there buying something, just, you know, on some regular stuff. I had, I think, Big L or something in my headphones going. And then, you know, 2 hip hop heads just start having a conversation. He tell me he make beats. I'm like, bro, I'm writing. I'm trying to get this music stuff off the ground. And then, you know, lo and behold, 5 years later, me and my man's got a vinyl together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What is the Purple Hotel?
It's a Lincolnwood hotel that was built in the 70s. Was destroyed in 2013. Me and a few of my friends went inside the hotel while it was all, you know, abandoned, broken down, around 2012. And that whole experience going into the hotel and just, you know, just that period of time in my life kind of helped build, you know, what the Purple Hotel, like the album is. So the hotel was kind of like a vessel to express kind of my mind state going into really rapping and really trying to pursue something that I cared about that seemed kind of impossible at the time, but also just everything else I was going through in life, you know, just growing up, growing pains.
Why do you think the Purple Hotel had such an impact on you like that?
Good question.
Like, was it, I mean, what did you feel like? First of all, I think people need to, like, once you hear this, look out for the album, go purchase it, buy it. What I want to know, like, I mean, obviously this place is special. You know what I mean? After talking to you all before this and even listening to the album, I'm like, man, like, I don't know why I've never, like there's history behind this place. You know, can you talk a little bit about the history behind it?
Yeah, they used to, they used to have a lot of amazing shows there. Roberta Flack's been there.
Perry
Como's been there. So many amazing artists have done shows there. And one thing we was thinking about, like, there's so many artists there, we can't find no footage of them, nothing. So that's probably one of the things that probably you don't know about it, because
it's mysterious a little bit. It's
mysterious. Like, they don't even have footage there of people doing shows. And I don't know no venue in the last 30, 40 years when cameras have been around that you can't get no footage of artists on. It's kind of weird.
Right.
Then you think about the fact that a lot of the mafia and mob used to do a lot of dealings there, and the infamous Alan Dorfman killing, who he was a lawyer for the mob, and they ended up killing him in the parking lot of the actual Purple Hotel. So you got all that mixed in. You throw in a little bit of the lore with Jordan spending his first nights there when he got drafted. Like, he was there the first couple of nights when he was first moving into Chicago and everything. So you got the what's Buddy's name? Stu Levine. You got the Stu Levine scandal.
Yes.
There's some stuff, man. You just look into it. It's a lot crazier than you think. It's not just a regular little hotel that was just there. It was some stuff going on. And even when I was a kid, I used to drive by and I'm like, so what is this? This place looks crazy. Like, what the heck? And then you think about it, you're like, there's a reason it looked like that. There's something up with that place, man.
Very interesting.
How did like, did you know about this? Did you guys just build it together? Like, as far as the beats, like,
very much so. Originally, he told me about what he wanted to do for the project, and we didn't really know exactly which way it was gonna go, how it was gonna be, until I think I think we really knew how like the album was gonna flow after he did the first skit that we did.
Yep.
Once we figured out like how that skit was, it made me think of like how we could incorporate skits into the whole project to make it flow the whole way through in a way that makes sense. Instead of it just being a hodgepodge of tracks, you know what I mean? So
Sure. The one thing I did like about the album when I listened to it is that it did have skits, and we've come so far away from the '90s, like what would you call it? What would you call the album that like just has a complete
storytelling,
Like
I
a
don't know.
Deltron 3030.
Yeah, or
Master
Prince
Ace.
Among Thieves. Like,
Yeah, dude, Prince
like,
Among Thieves. That is a classic.
That's my favorite
So
storytelling album. And
So
when
good.
I listened to the Purple Hotel, that's what it made me think about. So yeah, man, people, I really think people will enjoy this album as a whole and not as like, you know, like listening to it. I think you can listen to it from front to back to get the vibe and the story that you guys, you know, chose to present.
Thank you.
What else can we talk about?
I was gonna say, can I speak? I'm gonna speak on what you were saying about the whole. That was one thing we tried to do, but I also wanted to try to my best as a writer and just, you know, a beat selector to try to, you know, because I know what kind of age you're in. You know what I'm saying? It'll be great to people to love the album front and back, but I know most people might just, you know, pick and choose what songs they select. So I tried to give people a great batch of song selection. If you like some, you know, hardcore MCing, I got you on that. You like some smoother jazzy shit, I got you on that. You like some shit with some, you know, some drill, like a little bit of trap in it, I got you on that. You know what I'm saying? You like some songwriting with some soul singing, you know, I got you on that. So it was just taking what he was doing, which making these incredible soundscapes for me, and trying to really, you know, take it into another level, basically. You know what I'm saying? Take what he already did and just, you know, pass the baton. Sha'Carri Richardson. Just, you know what I'm saying? just get it done and do it bigger and better each time. Because I seen what he was doing with these beats, man. We sat here and made like, how long did it take us to make freaking Gift and a Curse beat? Like a whole night.
Yeah, just the structure of the track, it took us like a night just to figure out what it was. So we definitely put a lot of thought into this whole project, not just that track obviously, but just like in general. Like it took a good year of thought in, you know, putting everything together. So it didn't just happen overnight.
I have the album here. Visually it looks amazing. And I would like for you guys to talk about how this album came about and like elements of the album cover.
So as y'all can see right here, we are in a abandoned pool. So this was actually the pool of the actual Purple Hotel while we got inside of it. Everything that you find here, this table, TV, the trees, the little weird ball things that was in there, everything was in there already. We just kind of set it up to make this picture, essentially. And so there's me, there's my boy Jed, my boy Jose, my boy Les, my boy Jazz behind the camera. And it was just, I don't know, when we just was like, we got to get a crazy ass picture in here. Like it was just too dope not to. And I just always loved this picture as growing up, when it was just like one of them, you know, nostalgic type moments where your friends just get away with some crazy ass shit, and then you just look back on it with this. Like,
That's what that means to you?
yeah, kind of immortalized a dope little situation that I had with my brothers, basically. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
awesome.
I really like the logo too. Like I really like how it looks like classy, and it looks like a hotel logo. So I want to, you know, big y'all up on that too. So
Appreciate you, dog. Thank you.
Who's that? Who did that? Who did the logo?
Oh, Lex Galvis.
There
She
you go,
actually
man.
did this whole thing. Shout out my dog Lexi. Literally, man, the lifesaver of lifesavers. I couldn't do a lot of things without you. I appreciate you, G, so much. Literally though, she hooked all this up for us. front, back cover. Got me everything set up. Like, this is actually, I don't know if you can really see, but this is actually running up the stairs, going up to the floors of the hotel. So everything that we use for these is all hotel pictures from that day.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
crazy.
You want to take the vinyl out so we can see how that looks?
Yeah, right. The good old unveiling, man.
Oh snap!
So what pictures
Beautiful
are
record, man.
what pictures are on?
So that's also my boy Jose, still in the same spot of the pool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is before we started moving everything though.
For
to
sure.
start getting the pictures. But yeah, that's probably like the first shot when we first got down there. And this is another picture of me and the brothers, you know, walking through the hotel. It's a nice little clean shot. I had no facial hair or hair back then,
so obviously it's
Jesus.
it's obviously it's in the daytime because there's no power on in that
yeah,
place.
there's
Right,
all right, yeah. That's actually that's crazy because that is a great lighting shot,
Right.
Like, compared to you ain't getting no lighting.
Well, any last words? Any last words?
Famous last words.
yeah. I honestly really think people should check this album out. It is the Purple Hotel. Piz One did all the production on it, right?
Except for, what was it, 2 tracks, 3 tracks?
2-3 tracks.
Who did the other tracks? So we can check.
My brother 40 Cal, my brother Sire, and my dog Kalo from goodness.
It happens.
Legendary Kalo, Low Ground. That's my dog. OG. I appreciate you so much.
For sure. And big shout out to the Purple Hotel. Thank you for giving us a little insight into this release, this vinyl release, limited to limited to 90.
90 copies.
Purple vinyl, Chicago shit. Support it on Machine Wash Music.
Come get it while they last, y'all.
Yeah, it's only 90, so it's not gonna be that many left. So grab them. And thank you for tuning in to the Purple Convo.
Thank you, Sean Doe.
Thank you,
Sean
Sean
Doe,
Doe.
for doing this.
Thank you, Machine. I appreciate y'all to the fullest, man. And
Cop
Purple
that
up,
album.
baby. Go get this.
Get that shit.
Cop that album. For sure.
Get perp now.
While I struggle to put it inside.